the product we know as palm oil just comes from one of them, which is the African oil palm, or Elaeus guineensis, as we botanists call it. And this palm is native to the wet tropics of Africa, but it is nowadays cultivated throughout the tropics of the world, and most of the palm oil production is actually taking place in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia and Indonesia. It has about 50% saturated fatty acids, which means that in temperate countries it's actually solid. It's a little bit like butter, so you can use it for the same kind of thing as butter. And about 80% of the palm oil production is used in the food industry, which really likes it. You can get about 4 tons per hectare of oil from those palms, which is 10 times as much as other major oil crops like rapeseed or soybean. And because of that, it is one of the most profitable land uses in the humid tropics where it grows. So people really like to grow it because they can make a lot of money from it, and this is particularly important for smallholders in the tropics. Just under half of the global oil palm production is actually done by small farmers. It can provide about 40% of the global production of vegetable oil, while only occupying 7% of the total land surface that is used for oil production, which is a good thing. But at the same time, because it is a plant of wet tropical environments and it can only grow there, all the palm oil production takes place in areas that would otherwise, or that would naturally be tropical rainforest, which is known as the most biodiverse ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem on Earth. Oil palm itself definitely isn't the problem. The problem is the growing global demand on vegetable oil production. And this demand is growing by 3 to 4% a year, which is really quickly. And being as productive as it is, oil palm is obviously a good way, or an economically good way of meeting that demand. In many ways, it comes down to management, and it also comes down to science, because there is a very active scientific community working on the genetic improvement of oil palm by breeding. And they managed to increase the yield of oil palm by about 1.5% a year, which isn't as much as the increase in the demand, but addresses the problem partly. And if we can increase that, if we can just increase the efficiency of the existing palm oil producing area, then of course biodiversity isn't in trouble.